everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams who are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Seahawks going up against the 49ers. The opening kick of the new season is straight ahead as we turn it over to our broadcast duo of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are down the peninsula from San Francisco as you get a look inside modern Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Drops it underneath for Rawls. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Wilson, the tight end, goes in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down. The starters for the Seahawks of Seattle on the offensive side. Charles, they could use a big game from Thomas Rawls.
And they really love what they got out of him last year because an undrafted player is not supposed to give you nearly 6 yards a carry in production, and that's exactly what he did. They need a big game out of him, and they expect it.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And they're going to bring him down. Back across midfield at the 45. So on 4th down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
They'll come out in the pistol. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, 81 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over, I guess. You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And that catch there by Luke Wilson goes for a first down, and he's really developed and come on. Now, remember, Jimmy Graham, who was expected to be the key tight end for Russell Wilson, he was hurt most of 2015. Luke Wilson really jumped his game up.
On first down, Wilson. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Eric Reid is a safety that you can use all over on defense, both in the box as a tackler and back deep as a cover man.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. And it's third down. 10 yards to go on third.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. And now another one thrown incomplete. C.J. Prosise was the intended target. Now fourth down. Here's John Ryan now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Second down following the run. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker. Complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 64 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
They'll come out in the pistol. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. And he finds a man on the crossing route. A good pickup there, a 22.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield. Got to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Again, we'll see the pistol here. This is Coleman. And he'll take it down shy of 45 at the 46. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. It'll go as a gain of 12. And the 49ers are going to get a first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
4 down. Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Here we go. Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. Blue, 90. Detroit! You got motion there. You got motion there right there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll look to throw here. His throw caught right around the 6. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They come up in an offset eye. The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
first play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now Wilson on second down. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola. And then, of course, to Stanford. And, boy, he's been good. Looking deep downfield. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. They will run again with Coleman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. Now it's Lockett. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Taking it about the 36. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Back to throw here. Throwing right, and that's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they thought they could exploit this defense with some really quick hitters, quick action. They worked on that in practice. We just saw it there.
And we saw them break it down to the fundamentals as well. Each position group had their own little work on it. You know, they worked on a drill here with the receivers, a drill there with the quarterbacks. Then they brought it all together, and now it's paying off in the game.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on first and goal. So a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack. They'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. That one good for 14 yards. And that is going to set up third and goal.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Going for, and the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 75 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. And that is how you retaliate after getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like two boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And his kick is right through. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Their dangerous wide receiver. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here come the Seahawks now set to take over on offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And that brings up 4th down.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Well, kind of interesting for sure. It worked out for them. They only had a yard to go. You know, when you do that fake punt, you're kind of starting back further than you need to when you only have 1 yard. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 2nd down, Wilson. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Make some noise!
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up. All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Wilson flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to go up top again. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
And it is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now let's go! 3-19!
Coleman now. They find some open field here. And he cuts it right into space. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return, it's Knile Davis. Oh, what a move. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
In motion left goes a tight end. Coleman. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Tight is Ringo. Tight is on the Ringo. Tight is on the Ringo. Set. Blue landing.
Here's Coleman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're in the huddle saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have they imposed their will against you, you're almost powerless to figure out what you're doing there, but you got to keep your spirit up at the same time, and they're taking that too.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
They'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their dangerous wide receiver, 29 yards. And the 49ers continue to roll. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Ian Williams in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Halfback sent in motion. Now Wilson on second down, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth.
Okay, just like that. Just like that. Go. Yo, let's go. Get up. Get on the feet. Play to win. Let's go. Let's go. 14, run it.
Here we go on fourth with Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? He's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there. But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
No. Check. Patriots. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. Presto. Hurry up. Here we go.
And it's third down and goal from the 4. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Now it's Wilson. And to the left side here, Wilson. Give him 2 yards on that play. And just like that, it's third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Trey Boston. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll lead here to a third down. Third down now following the completed pass.
Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Finding time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Lynch in there to get him for a loss of 5. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack.
And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Back to throw now on 1st down. On the screen, this is Coleman. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. The gun. They'll look to throw. Looking for Randall and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They start on the ground with Rawls. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Back to the ground attack. It's Rawls. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Cliff Averill able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity to protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From the shotgun, he'll look, and it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Their dangerous wide receiver making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They set up the screen to Rawls. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now Wilson, and now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Manti Te'o. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Shift together here from the D-line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So they're behind the chains as the offense. 12 yards needed on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a second and goal situation. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. It's Coleman here. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. And quickly, they get to the line. Third and goal. Can the offense punch it in here from the 1? And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL-caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. Again, we'll see the pistol here. One last shot for Wilson. He's got time. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well,